What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is iRacing IndyCar Oval Fixed from Pocono. We got a 60-lap race. We're starting 13th position. A couple of things have changed since my most recent VR videos. I have the lens insert so I can see with my corrected vision. We'll talk about that a little bit later. As well as I'm trying out a new way of recording to try and get you guys the race information on screen, because I've received a couple of comments that one of the reasons why people don't necessarily like the VR videos as much. So I'm trying to use Joel real timing to basically supplement the information that you see on screen, which it's not a program I use. I know it's highly recommended. I'm just not into all those add-on programs, so we'll see how it works. Let me know what you guys think about that. Racing at Pocono here, always a blast, even if this track does absolutely hate me. It wasn't seeming like I was going to do a race, not for any one particular reason. It just seemed like this week there was a lot of really cool stuff to race, but for whatever reason I just didn't feel like racing. It's kind of one of those things, you know, where sometimes you think you want to race and you know you want to race, but you just don't get around to it, you know, for one reason or another. Other stuff to be done, you know. So because of the on-screen displays, I've turned off all the information in car. So I am running with, you know, no overlays or anything like that other than the frame rate meter in the very, very top right corner, which I can't even see. No virtual mirrors or anything like that, just as it should be, you know? So at the end of the day, I really don't need the relative. It's obvious if I'm catching a guy or not catching a guy to me, but I know some of you guys like that information. Of course, I still will need to pop into those menus, you know, to figure out how many laps there are left and, you know, pit strategy and all that, but you guys get the point. And yes, this is still the old Pocono before the repave. Come on, iRacing, update this track for crying out loud. Alright, it's part of the NASCAR calendar, 2 races a year. It's part of the IndyCar calendar. It's a track the IndyCars work fantastically on. The new circuit, the updated repave version, which is much smoother, obviously, should work even better for the IndyCars. Really, this is one of my favorite tracks to race on in this car. It is such a blast. You know, you are working through the gearbox, lifting, taking different lines. You know, you got the slipstream, but at the same time, it's not impossible to defend.
Still there. Hold your line. Clear inside. Inside.
Let's go around the outside here.
Still there. Clear inside.
There we go. Good run.
Outside. Stay low.
Although we don't have the slipstream.
Clear.
Whoa, too high, too high, too high.
Car outside. Stay low. Clear outside.
Now this race being a 60-lapper does mean that it is a bit longer than the average Indy fixed race, which means that we will obviously still need a pit stop as usual. but we will need a bit more fuel. And hopefully, given that this is a Sunday night race, it's clean. And we can maybe even get a green flag pit stop in there.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear.
But are we really clear? Alright, we're really clear now. But as for the visual clarity, now that I have basically my glasses on, you know, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look nearly as good as a monitor, but like I can read the display, you know, pretty easily. Yeah, I can see the different signs. I can't necessarily really read them until I'm up close, like the signs on the wall or the corner markers, you know, the little countdown boards.
Outside.
Like I can't really read those, but it's definitely not that bad,
Outside.
especially considering I was coming from playing in, you know, frickin' 240p.
Car on the high side. Clear outside.
You know, it's pretty bearable, you know, here in sim racing. Like your vision doesn't need to be, you know, absolutely impeccable to be able to race efficiently. I think I proved that when I was racing without my lenses. As long as you know what you're doing, you'll be fine, because providing your eyesight is good enough that your focal distance of about 5 foot,
You're in fifth.
you know, you can still make out shapes. Should be good to go. And we're up to 5th. So I really have to pinch it there. So we've gone through the field pretty nicely, actually. Up 8 spots from the start, no cautions. So we're getting the slipstream here. This is my second race of the week, and it may actually end up requiring 2 pit stops. It'll be pretty close, because 60 laps is kind of right there at the end of the window for a one-stopper. Now, obviously, if you have a caution, that kind of goes out the window. Right, 12 laps. Too shallow on entry. Fortunately, looks like we have space behind, so it shouldn't cost us too much. You really do not want to touch those curbs. Keep screwing up turn 1. Alright, at least we were better through there this time around. Not that we were good, but we were better. I do have to say, this virtual reality racing is so freaking cool. Like, yeah, it has its limitations, it has drawbacks, but like especially
Outside.
in something like this, you know,
Still there. Hold your line.
freaking IndyCar racing going wheel to wheel here at Pocono.
Hold your line.
You know, it's just like, as an IndyCar fan, it's just like,
Hold your line.
yeah! You know, you get giddy.
Clear. Car outside. Still there. Hold your line. Clear outside. Car outside.
Straight out of nowhere!
Hold your line. Clear.
Didn't even know that guy was back there. But he's gonna unwittingly open the door for me.
Car outside.
3 wide.
You're in the middle. 3 wide.
Rip.
Your line. Clear. 2 wide. Clear outside.
No, we're not. We're not really clear.
You're in 4th position.
I definitely don't have a problem making sketchy moves, you know, on the single screen. But that right there,
Outside. Still there.
I can safely say I probably would not have gone for that move on a single screen.
Still there.
This guy's rocking the F22 paint scheme, it looks like.
Slow.
Or F15, one or the other. Looks sweet. I approve.
Clear. Outside.
Alright, we got a duel going on
Still
here.
there. Hold your line. Keep low. Clear. Outside. Clear outside.
Got one go to the inside, got one go to the outside.
Stay low.
Oh, looks like the guy on the inside's backed out.
Still there. Clear.
Want to shade on over. Give him some dirty air. There we go. He's still locked on.
Outside.
Not a lot of room there.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Clear. Car outside.
All right, we're gonna go 3
3
wide.
wide. Hold your line. Clear. 2 wide. Clear inside. Car outside.
Like, I mean, this is seriously like
Clear.
freaking sweet.
Clear.
All right.
Car outside. You're in the middle. 3 wide. Hold your line. Car inside. 2 wide. Clear. Outside.
This is seriously some of the coolest freaking racing ever, dude.
Still there. Clear.
This is so sweet. I know it's not exactly the fastest way around racing with one another like this, but it's cool.
Car inside. You're back in 4th position. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Stay high. Clear. Inside. side. Still there. Clear. Inside. Keep high.
All right.
Keep high. Clear inside. Car inside.
I mean, this is just fantastic quality racing here.
Clear inside.
It does not get much better than that. I can see there's just a pile of cars all backed up behind us.
Inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Still there. Hold your line. Clear.
I've got 5 gallons of fuel remaining. You have to pinch it. Pour line, pour line. One of the things I have noticed with the recordings is you guys see more to the left than I do. Because as I have it set up now, it's currently recording out of the left eyeball. So basically you're seeing what my left eye should see in theory in terms of what's being drawn on the screen in front of it, is the way VR works. But I can't see as much to the left as what the video makes it look like. So I do have to actually turn my head. Whereas on screen, in the video that you guys are going to be watching, it'll look like the mirror's right, like almost in the middle of the screen when I'm looking to the left through these corners.
Inside. Keep high. Still there.
This guy's certainly persistent, I'll give him that much.
Clear.
It's definitely making an honest effort.
You got about 5 laps of fuel.
Alright. Lap 25. We got 5.5 laps according to the estimate, so probably only about 4. One of the leaders pitting in.
You're now in third.
And of course, one of the bad things about this is we are up front, so we are in the cleaner air.
The yellow flag is out.
There we go.
Line up, single file. Pit road is closed. That's the
Here again, about that time. Although, you know what? That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. 'Cause that means we are going to be right in that area where if there's no yellows, it'll be very, 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 very difficult to make it. As you can see, really 30 laps is kind of on that upper cusp. So we will make sure we're going to fill it up. We will obviously take tires. So it really becomes a question of, do we want to try and save fuel to make it, or do we just go balls to the walls, and if cautions happen, well, you should end up making it. If they don't, we'll need a pit stop. Hopefully we're faster than those who try to make it. Decisions, 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 decisions. Because it really is really right on the cusp. And if you're running behind cars, you can save fuel, but you also have to remember you got a 2.5 mile lap here. So it's kind of like one of those things where, yeah, you can save fuel, but you have to save 2.5 miles worth of fuel. You know, if you save a mile worth of fuel or whatever, then like, whoop-de-friggin' do. So let's spot our dude. Run through everybody's pit crew. Start behind the box. Come on, let's go. Poor stop, 9-4.
Line up single file, past the 4.
Yeah, not so fast there, 4.
Catch the 2 car.
Alright, so looks like we may have filtered out into right where we were. Although I think we might have actually gained a position. So yeah, it looks like car 2 stayed out. So anyways, on to the green flag. Okay, we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Just about to the halfway point here.
Green flag, green flag.
Ah, poor restart. We're gonna get swamped here.
You're back in 4th position. You're up top, 3 wide. Inside, 2 wide. Clear inside, inside. Stay high. There's a car on the low side. Still there.
Come on, don't fail me now.
Still there. Hold your line. Stay high. Clear inside.
Yeah, but not for long.
Car inside. Stay high. Still there.
Jostling at 220 miles an hour.
Keep high.
Fresh tires are amazing.
Clear.
So is seeing that little backfire when you upshift. Seriously like that little effect. Small little thing, but looks so sweet. Alright, I did some rough calculation in my head. Our fuel number is about a 4.15, 4.0 plus.
You're back in 4th position.
It is a slight fuel save. But I do think it is pretty makeable. As long as you're not the one breaking the air for everyone else. So obviously when you're behind cars, you know, you got dirty air. So you're going to be lifting out of it in the corners, going slower through the corners, but then you also get the slipstream down straights. So let's just keep it up. We are hitting that 4.1 number. We're not having to drive particularly different or anything, so I think we should be good to go.
Number 1.
That's just a question of what kind of speed do we have. I think these 3 cars up here are faster, although I believe one of the cars didn't pit.
Keep high. Clear.
At least during that cycle. He may have already made his pit stop, but if he made his pit stop already, I don't think he's going to have the field to make it, so... While he's up there right now, he's not necessarily effectively in that position. At least with all things being equal. This guy's definitely sticking close.
Outside. Clear outside.
I will say one of the things I don't like seeing is, I swear to goodness, he's got a red stripe on his helmet, which that means he's a rookie. Although there's no way a rookie should actually be racing in this series, because I don't see how that's possible. But that's just like all I see on his helmet, so maybe he's just fooling everybody. He certainly doesn't seem to be driving like a rookie. He seems to know what he's doing enough. You know what? We'll just kind of back out here.
Still there. Clear.
Let him break the wind a little bit. Although he seems to be going pretty slowly there. As in, it seems like we just sucked right up to his rear wing here in a hurry. Which means he's trying to make it. He's trying to make fuel. This guy behind me, though, I don't know about him. So we'll see, but we do keep hitting good fuel numbers. And that number again is the one on the left side of the display. I know it'll be kind of difficult to read on YouTube with the compression and everything. So we got to be above about 4.15, somewhere thereabouts.
Outside.
Last lap is a 4.42.
Outside. Stay low.
It's a
There's car on the
4.37.
high side. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Keep low. Clear outside.
That's okay, that's okay. We'll keep touch with them. I mean, it's all good. His main concern, first and foremost, is being able to make it home to the end from here. And once we get a little bit later on here, we can worry about where we're actually running. Let's just keep on trucking. Oh, there. Easy does it.
Outside. Stay low. Still there. Clear outside.
But again, I just have to say, I approve of this guy's paint scheme. Just for years, Actually, even still to this day, although it's a little bit less obvious. I ran Splinter Camouflage, kind of sort of inspired by the F-15 aggressors that they had a few years ago. Not because I'm a part of the Air Force or anything, but it just looks friggin' sweet, you know? Yeah, you might not actually know this, but aircraft for me are like number one. Cars are number two in my book. The more you know, right? Because you definitely would have never guessed from this channel. I know that. Alright, let's just check real quick the display. We got 18 to go. Fuel 18.9 estimated, although you cannot rely on that estimate. These guys are really working the high line. Which I like how iRacing added the dynamic track system, but yet you can still run lines like that, which if you watched the real race, you know where I'm running right now is basically the wall. Even more than what it is there. As soon as you get out of the rubber into the gray, you're gonna have a bad time. Or else you're gonna have to make an epic save like Hinch did, but you probably shouldn't make your driving rely on that. It's making saves, you know, getting all crossed up, dab of Oppo at 190, 200 miles an hour on an oval, barely kissing the wall, is not generally something you should be doing repeatedly. Cool once or twice until you end up in the wall. And I really feel like we can pass these guys if we really wanted to.
The lead is pitting now.
I feel like this guy in the Delphi car behind me, he's kind of in the same boat.
You're back in fourth position.
It's kind of this thing when you get into races where fuel mileage becomes a factor. Like, everybody's trying to go as slow as possible to make sure that they make it. But at the same time, everybody wants to go as fast as possible. And dang it! Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Dang it.
Catch the pig car.
Like, right as I was passing the guy, the yellow comes out. Why? Always happens to me. On the bright side, fuel is now a non-issue. Spot the pace car up there. Low on the track so we don't get run over, hopefully.
Catch
We'll
the
just
ball
coast it
car.
on in.
Catch the pig car.
So here's the deal. We should be good on fuel, but are we good on tires? The $1,000,000 question. That it is. So what we gonna do here? Apparently we're still in fourth, even though we're in third in the line, but I mean, we'll take a dab of fuel just to be safe if we do make a stop, and it will be a stop for tires, obviously. As long as we just add enough fuel to pop the tank off, or not really take longer than the tires. Well, let's see here. We got a lot of cars behind us. Everybody be coming. Where's my dude? Where's my dude? Where's my dude? Good stop. Good stop. Come on, guys. Six one. Good launch. We're gonna come out where we were. All right, that's good. It's not bad. Looks like several cars haven't made a stop, so we'll have some fun on this upcoming restart. Okay, we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. We should have 11 to go at the stripe. We got cars on fresh tires, cars on old tires. Oh, buddy, hold on to your butts.
Green flag, green flag. The pace car is in.
Alright, let's shade on down here. So fresh Firestones, don't fail me now.
Inside. Clear inside.
No, we're not.
Car inside. Keep high. Still there. Hold your line. The yellow flag
No!
is out. Line up, single file. Pit road is closed.
Dang it!
You've got 10 laps to go.
Although, hey, at least I got the 4. And just because no one would otherwise know this, I just gave the 4 a thumbs up. Instinctively. That doesn't help us. That doesn't help us one bit, because we would have picked off the 16 there. And it's just taking laps away from us that we need to get to the front of the front. We need green flag racing, not yellows. So onto the green flag. Okay, let's get ready to go back to green flag racing. 7 to go at the stripe.
Get ready, going green.
Again, fresh tires, old tires.
Green flag, green flag. The pace car is in.
Ah, 4's gonna get us here.
Car inside.
17, that was risky.
Still there. Clear.
That's okay, that's okay.
Car inside. You're in the middle.
Woo!
3 wide. Clear. 2 wide. Stay low. Clear.
All right. Chase is on, boys.
Outside.
Really, Alan?
Stay low.
Oh, come on.
Clear out.
Rip.
The yellow flag is out.
Alright,
Line up.
alright, guys,
Single
no
file.
control.
Pit
I
road is closed.
crashed because that was
Car
Rip.
attached
in
to
the wall.
pace car.
Rip.
Attached to
Rip.
the
No, no,
car.
what's the hit?
Looks like your car is toast. You'll need to go
Um,
back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset
Rip,
button. and
rip,
we'll come
rip,
and get
rip,
Really
and
dirty, Alan. That was-
and we're done. We're done. This car is toast. They said we're gonna have to go back to pit lane. Yada yada yada. And there's 5 freaking laps to go, which means that we're not gonna be able to just go ahead and ride around under yellow. God dang it! Like I don't know what happened there. Like the yellow car, he got it in the wall, and then I assume he just got stuck in the wall, and then cranked it over in front of the frickin' pack like that. But apparently, he got put in the wall, so... Not the finish I really wanted, not the finish I really hoped for, but, that battle with the 6 and some of those moments in there, I mean, that crash at the end, that wasn't down to, crazy racing or anything. That was just bad luck, from my standpoint. I mean, guy comes down across the track, there's nowhere you can possibly go. It's just which guy's going to hit him. Unfortunately, it's me. So, we'll probably finish... He'll probably finish like 17th in this race, or 18th, depending on who's wrecked out and what's wrecked out. But that was that. Roll on the Carnage Report. Hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all should have enjoyed, because we were freaking 3 wide madness there like half the race. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Roll on the Carnage Report. Bye.